Hello everybody and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 16, Week 2. Today, we're taking a look at the Roxyroro team, Boys of Feeder Part 2, versus pvcpipe's team, which I'm not reading the name of, because I'm 100% convinced I would mispronounce it. And with me here today, we have Reedy. I almost said Slizzy, that ain't you. We have Reedy. What's going on, Reedy?
Not much. Just looking forward to watching some Dota games here.
Oh, you know, I watched your game yesterday. And don't worry, I caught the part where you were like, nah, I can tank this focus fire, I don't need to use my remnant, and then you died.
Yeah, that game, I was having some lag issues actually. Like, no joke. And my remnants were coming out pretty late.
Yeah, it was the 3,000 ping. I just said you were getting cocky. I was like, you rolled these guys in game 1, you're like, oh, we can roll in game 2. Anyway. publicly throwing that one out there. Rubik ban, not surprising. Probably going to see Rubik bans against this team basically every game. PVC knocking out the Techies and the Venomancer, which is kind of interesting. Anti-Mage follows. Anti-Mage follows. That's... I don't think you would usually first phase ban an Anti-Mage unless you were thinking something very specific with it. What do you think?
Yeah, the Anti-Mage ban kind of yells Dusa to me.
Yeah, probably.
And I haven't really seen that hero been getting banned unless you're gonna pick Dusa. So.
Yeah, it screams to me, pick the Darkseer here. They started with a Nyx, it's not a bad foot forward. If you're assuming there's going to be a Dusa, I think that's a safe bet.
Radiant team pick.
That's a Spirit Breaker, that's a little bit like a Medusa, but different.
It's weird that Radiant team banned the Anti-Mage though, because Dire has 8 pick. So unless they're gonna 7 pick a Dusa, which just seems pretty strange to me.
Yeah.
I feel like they're setting up Dire to just take the Dusa.
Maybe they're trying to cover ban Godlike Map, but I'm just gonna say this. Okay, they're gonna pick up the Windrunner actually. I'm gonna say this at this point, and I'm gonna stand on it. I managed Matt for a season. The season before he was with you, actually. At the same time he was in Fluffy Hat with you, I think. I was managing a team with Matt, and I can tell you this much. On Pause 1, Matt is not going to pick a pool. If you see Matt playing a bunch of Anti-Mage, he ain't going to be thinking about Anti-Mage. If you see Matt and you say like, oh yeah, just get rid of the PA, the Lancer, the Anti-Mage, he's going to play anything. Now, he's not going to be as good at said anything as the heroes he's been doing more work on, but if you're comfort banning Matt, you're in the wrong part of town, is what I'm getting at. I like the Axe pick here. Not only is it a PvC classic, I would not be surprised if this hero is picked first phase if they get it every game. I like it into these two, pretty good amount. In particular, the Windrunner, he can really make Windrunner kind of backfire on herself pretty easily. Somebody she's never really going to be able to go that comfortably on unless he starts falling quite behind.
Dire team ban.
Necro ban, Sven ban. Necro ban against the Nyx is interesting to me. I mean, I know some people really just hate seeing that guy in general. Ember Spirit ban, they must think you're in this game.
Yeah, I don't know about that ban. Like, you already have the Nyx for the Carapace against his Flame Guard. It's a pretty good Nyx game.
Yeah. And you also have Axe, which, I mean, Ember Spirit never likes seeing that guy. Not like he's gonna be, like, you're gonna be Axe killing the Windrunner, you're probably not gonna get them both, but that's only in your biggest fights. In your day-to-day operations, that's not a good interaction for you as Ember. Now, notably, they are running Mickle here. It's not Adam as it usually would be. So they are running Mickle here, so I think maybe that's just a specific target principle. Okay, they just made it, like they are begging and pleading for Dusa now. They just banned the Darkseer, and Roxy team gets next pick.
Yeah, it's pretty strange that like both teams are banning Dusa counters and then neither one look to pick up the Dusa yet.
Yeah, and the Nyx is here, but you need more than the Nyx. He still has a negative win rate against her. He has a positive win rate against her in combination with other heroes, but Axe ain't that guy. And 2 of your best options are gone.
Yeah, there's not too many good options right now. I think in either week 1 or week 2 for my games, we played Sniper against it, which is one of the better ones. I think like maybe Drow and Sniper are. Wind Ranger's pretty decent against it though if you get a Diffusal.
No, it
could be
was
pretty good.
in week 2. Another team played the sniper against you with the Dusa. You picking it, I believe. Because Coffee
Oh
Cat
yeah,
played, yeah.
yeah, that's right. We had
Coffee
Danny
Cat,
stand
yeah.
in, and he played carry. I played mid, and yeah, that was a rough game.
Well, you won, so it's fine.
That game, I think we lost the Deuce game. We won game 1 though.
No, you won the Dusa game. The Dusa game was game 1. You had the
Dire
Dusa, the
team
Magnus, and I forget who you were playing.
Radiant team pick.
Hoodwink, Clinks, Disruptor.
Oh, I think I played Pango game 1.
Yeah,
maybe?
you were the Pango. They just couldn't kill you ever.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we did win that. I don't remember what we picked game 2 then, but I know game 2 was really
You
terrible.
lost that. You had the Danny on the Drow, and he was always like, outside of legitimately a 2-minute period, he was always several K down from the enemies, or from every other core really. You were on the Ember Spirit, and I don't remember what. Oh, he was Timber Saw, and he was balling for a while until he just randomly started giving things up. Hoodwink comes out, Clinks and Disruptor on the field. Disruptor is just a pretty generally good hero. I think it's very rare that you're going to be in games where you don't want a Disruptor. And in this game, it certainly looks fine. Notably, Pohohoro has been putting a lot of hours on this hero recently, so look to seeing it. I will also say I have noticed so far Pohohoro is trying to avoid the main Pohohoro heroes. It seems like she's trying to branch out this season. So if you're thinking about dropping just like, oh, just ban the Jakiro, ban the Bane on Poho, maybe today's not the day for that. Does not seem to be going that way. Clink's coming out for Slizzy, though. That's,
Dire team
These two heroes are going to be picked every time they're not banned, and predictably the Medusa comes out on the Roxy lineup. I almost like the Hoodwink. It's good against the Axe, but it doesn't do anything to either of these other guys, I don't feel.
Yeah, I think
10
right now
seconds
Hoodwink
remaining.
is probably like a C, maybe low B tier.
5
Pause 4 if
seconds
that's
remaining.
what it is. Trade's pretty
Prisonly.
good with the pause 5 in lane, but she's gonna definitely die to this Clinks. At
Yeah,
some
the-
point in the game there.
This is a great spot for the Clinks to be in because the Clinks Windrunner matchup, that's not exactly Windrunner's favorite matchup in the world. I mean, she can get the drop on him, and if she does, he's dead in like a second and a half. But that's kind of a big if. I do not see most
10
fights
seconds
starting
remaining.
with
Dire
Windrunner
team
getting the
back.
shackle on Clinks and just killing him unless Reedy, or not Reedy. That's you. Unless Slizzy is doing something really weird. I don't think he's that bad into the Medusa. There's obviously better, but in combination with the Neeks and the Axe, it should be okay. I think Axe actually has a 50% win rate against Medusa.
10 seconds
I don't think it's
remaining.
quite positive, but it's like very close.
5 seconds.
Yeah,
I
I
meant
think-
near 50.
I think right now I still favor Radiant lineup.
Yeah.
Just because like Dire is gonna have good pick off with the Clinks and Nyx. And if Wind Ranger does ever go on the Clinks, like you said, I feel like Axe is just there to save him. But at the same time, it's like, how are they gonna kill this Dusa? Like, I don't think the Nyx is enough by itself. Clinks is okay, but like you don't have damage to win late game against this Dusa right now.
Yeah, it's there's going to be a lot of faith in the Disruptor ults. Like, if you can get Medusa Disruptor ulted and put her in jail and get her to the point where all she can really do in a fight is either just sit there and die or just wait until she's almost dead and then... Well, I mean, not even that. It's like, if you can get her in the Disruptor ult and do a lot of damage to her, and you can do that early, like a few times, then you're in a really good spot. And this is Roxy on the Medusa, and of course, no disrespect to Roxy, but he is not the most experienced Pause 1 player. He is not going to be in the top echelons of Pause 1 play in this season, or likely any season.
Radiant team
He probably
back.
didn't want to do it. He's not a Pause 1 player. He's not a core player. He just kind of had to do it with the setup that he got. So to that end, you are a little bit more likely to find the Medusa just in an awkward spot in the jungle, say.
Yeah, I think something worth to note too is like there will still be a Spirit Breaker in this game as well, and
Mm.
Spirit Breaker is just kind of broken right now.
Yeah, he does some good things for him.
10
Like,
seconds remaining.
outside of the Clinks, which the Clinks is going to be quaking in his boots at the thought of this guy for
5
most of this game.
seconds remaining.
But, like, you know, he's not really going to be able to go on axe at any point. If he tries, there's a good point he dies. There's a good chance he dies. Neek's Assassin doesn't really have that much to fear from the Spirit Breaker, especially if he knows to at least some degree SB is coming, and this is the high MMR man on this team anyway, under Flusky. Of course, Matt is sandbagged, we all know that, but, you know, neither here nor there.
Faceless Void.
Faceless Void, huh? That could be interesting. I feel like it's a little redundant with the axe. Like, it kind of, you know, it kind of just casts axe as like a really crappy black hole, basically. Just get everyone together for a big chronosphere, which is a little unfortunate. But you do have a few interesting options, like it's a really easy way for Disruptor to set up a jail on it and keep the party going. It's a really easy avenue for Clinks to lob damage inside. Even Neeks if he's close enough. This could be an interesting Void game. It's not my favorite thing to see here, but I mean, so many Puzzlons are banned. I don't know if you're going to get a great Puzzlon option here anyway. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I stood in for Hollywood team when they scrimmed the PVC team here, and I believe they picked Void for Matt in that scrimmage as well, and we kind of rolled them. Like it's a good carry, but if you don't really have bursts, like sure you have Clinks damage into Chrono, but you don't have bursts, you're not gonna kill this dude so fast, and if you don't kill her fast, she's just gonna snake like for you, get all her mana back. And then on top of that, they now have a Wyvern.
Yeah, but that's a +3 Wyvern, is a notable thing about that particular pick. Which I don't know if I'm down with. I don't know if I like that. I feel like both of these last picks kind of have anti-synergy. Like, Axe already kind of does what you want to get out of Faceless Void, and neither of them really help each other. And on the other hand, Winter Wyvern is, like, very liable to accidentally troll teammates in this game, I feel like. You're going to have to be so goddamn careful with these Winter's Curses, because it's like, nobody really wants to see it. Nobody really wants to have that happen. There is no greater blue ball than Medusa, like, throwing out the snake, hitting the ult, and up suddenly the entire enemy team is invincible. Envy him, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I don't really like the last pick for either team here.
Yeah.
My offlaner convinced me to pick it for him in RD2L, and it did not go well. I mean, I get why they picked it. It should be a strong lane against the Void because of the dot damage, but I feel like this game especially, you're going to have to use your ulti more as a save rather than like lead off with it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's like the only thing, and that's not where you want to be as a +3, like a core Winter Wyvern of any capacity. You don't want to be in the place where it's like, oh, I can't use my ult at all except just for saves if my popsicle is not going to do the job. If that makes sense. Like, you've just kind of got a save and a save that control your team. And you're not really going to be... God damn, look at all these voice chat lines. Everybody using every single one they have.
Yeah, I feel like for the Wyvern, if lane goes really well and he can get like a fast Ags, I think he's going to do really good against the Axe and the Void. And his Cold Embrace there, his E, is going to be really useful at saving his supports against his Clinks, but he has to have like a good game. Like if this Clinks has a decent game, he's just potentially gonna get an Orchid, or I don't even know what the hell Clinks build nowadays. I know it was like Phylactery or whatever there for a bit, all that shit.
I think you only really do that on the support Clinks.
Pause 4, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's like I feel like
a
a really nice lane is a lot to ask for the Winter Over in this game. It's like you're gonna be going into Void, you're gonna be going into Disruptor. It's just very annoying things for this lineup. Flussy's gonna get the runes. It's 3 for 1 on the runes, but
if I recall, isn't Diva D one of the higher MMR players for the Roxy team?
Diva D's MMR is so is so volatile that it would be a foolish endeavor to just try and guess what it is off the top of your head. I promise it's like 1,000 different since last time you've seen it, and it's impossible to say which direction. Got a little tri-lane type action down here. Start things off. Nah, P chooses to say no thanks, actually just going back to where I belong. Chooses top lane. Not the best situation. One notable thing is, you definitely cannot rely much on the popsicle this lane, because not only do you have the Thunderstrike to get you through there, the Kinetic Field, Static Storm, and obviously the Chrono when it gets there, can all put you in a pretty bad trouble. You know, just basically make you an easy setup target, more or less, and you're not gonna like out damage. It's like a void. He hits Q, you know.
Yeah.
Barely a few levels. That's it. Anyway, Flex getting shot here. Oof, getting away with just a little HP. Legitimately, probably got saved by 1 or 2 ticks of Tango, which is not common, but here we are. Things have slowed down a little bit here. It's time for everyone's favorite part of the cast. Okay, what's everyone's favorite part of the cast? Reedy, this is the time when you dox yourself for not watching us.
It has to be the part where you announce the lineups, right?
Hey, look at that! For the Roxyroro lineup, pause 1, Medusa, being played by the man himself, captain of the team, Roxyroro. Pause 2, you've got Mikkel, formerly of MK Ulti, still flying the colors there, on the Windrunner, standing in for the Adam. Pause 3, Diva D, on the Winter Wyvern. Pause 4, Hoodwink is being played by Peaches, who has leveled both levels of her skill in an amazing twist of fate. And pause 5, Black Otter on the Spirit Breaker. On the other side of the coin, for the pvcpipe team, pause 1, Godlike Matt on the Faceless Void. Pause 2, Clinks, being played by Slizzy. Pause 3, you've got pvcpipe, captain of the team, on the Axe. Pause 4, Rafleski on the Neeks Assassin. Oops. And pause 5, Pohohoro on the Disruptor. No, I gotta give a shout out here. Just a little one here, right? You know, there's a lot of people in the LD2L who kind of, like, I don't know. Sometimes people forget that there's an L at the start of the, oh, okay. Great timing to be talking about that, it just randomly died. I think there's sometimes people just kind of forget that, you know, this is intended to be a learning league where you're going to try things in anticipation of, you know, it's not a practice league necessarily, but, you know, I always say better here than TI. That's the point, right? Some people, sometimes it feels like they forget the name of the game and just here to win Dota 2 League. Not, you know, I don't know anybody who would fall under that description. I mean, he's playing Pozlin this season, so I guess I can't blame him too much. But, you know, Pohohoro is very notably in this season trying to pick up new heroes and actually trying to learn new things on the fly rather than just trying to playing the same song and dance as usual, and I think that's pretty commendable. I mean, you do have a lot of people who are playing out of their position in this season. You know, you have a lot of unexpected pause ones and so on, though. Which is good. I don't know how much Roxy wanted to be a puzzle in this season versus how much he had to be, but it is still good.
It's always better for captains to be cores, in my opinion. When it comes down to player draft, I think it's just easier if you're a like core player. Less core players you have to draft, etc. So I think that's a flavor.
Yeah, last season we had a pause 1 captain win. Season 14 we had a mid captain win. 13, well 13 the winning captain like shifted roles a lot, but he ended 5. 12 you had a pause 5 captain on the winning team. Which is interesting, you know. 11 you had a pause 5 captain, White Joel Birch team when he was playing pause 5. Then you have the Gotham team. Or is that backwards? I think it's, yeah, no, it's White Joel Birch team. Okay, Reflusky is going to go down here. Beatrice actually just randomly died in the other lane. No, Reflusky is actually going to use his Lotus there. Very good timing. It's just going to barely save his life. Faceless Void is going to tell Paige, his former teammate from MK Ulti, the Mickle team, she's going to have a bad time. Wait, oh my god. Okay, great. There's an Undertale reference in Dota 2. Thank God for that. Probably wasn't when that line was originally recorded, but it sure is when they added it as a quick chat line. Yeah, the let's see, does not seem to follow necessarily. The only notable thing there is that there's no pause 3 captain in the winning lineup, so you gotta notice also it's kind of rare there's a pause 3 captain anyway. There weren't any last season, for example. So is he coming down here with haste, but he has no mana. I don't know what he expects to do here. He's going to slightly annoy Blackwater by right-clicking him, and then that's it. Very awkward tactical decision. Then he gets fed a Mango by Nyx. It's funny. Very awkward tactical decision there. I don't know so much about that. He had a lead over Windrunner, and then he just kind of walked out of the lane. I don't know. Maybe he's afraid of her level 6 here? I mean, he should be. It's not the best thing to get hit by this Focus Fire, but then he's going to do this, so clearly he don't give one. Okay. Nyx coming in. Slizzy is kind of likely to die here. Oh no, he death packs one of his own guys. Oh, it's so close. Ooh! Wow! Look at that. Very, very near-death experience here on Slizzy. He's now being charged by the Spirit Breaker. I think they kind of know. Actually, everyone is just coming to town on Slizzy here. They really should have thought about that.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Did not expect the run-in from the Hoodwink. I think that was probably unnecessary. I think Spirit Breaker just kills when he gets there, but still they get the mid back, and that's good. It is a bit unfortunate that they had to pull both supports out of both lanes and lose a bit of time, but it's probably okay. Axe is still down on last hits compared to Medusa, and is having to go through a lot of regen. Like he just pulled a Sav and a Clarity off Courier and is now having to eat through that. Okay, this could be bad for D.Va. Gonna try and fly over the Disruptor stuff here, but that is not how this works. Matt, gonna go deep. Wants to get this kill no matter what. Does get it. Oh, this is not great for him though. Windrunner's arrived at a very awkward time. Puts a lot of time on the board there. Gets a few jukes, but that's all he gets. And likely, yep, double for Windrunner. That's not great.
Yeah, Windrunner having a good game so far. I saw Matt slide a skip boots there. He just went Mask of Madness. Straight up. Don't know I like that much. I mean, I get he has time walk to get around, but
I mean, think about it like this: it's the most thematically appropriate item he possibly could have gotten. And I don't mean for Faceless Void, I mean for the player.
very true, yeah.
Two seasons worth of experience with him here, and I captained him for a season. I didn't captain, I coached him, I managed him. There we go. So that's 3 cumulative Matt seasons talking right there. You know it's true if we all agree. Howard Tread's coming out of Medusa.
So far, it looks like lanes are kind of going how I expected.
Radiant's
Like, I
middle
expected the
tower is
Medusa
under
lane to
attack.
do good. It's
And
just very
notably,
hard
she
to,
is
like, main into.
she is lower than the Clink's net worth wise. I think Clink's actually getting the kill on her while she just kind of watched her support stake. Clink's has a lot to do with that fact. I do think there is a generally higher level of comfort with the Clink Slizzy compared to the Mickle Windrunner.
Yeah, I don't know too much about the other players on the Roxy team. I mainly know Adam.
Yeah, and he's
But-
not even here today.
Yeah.
Okay,
Could just
PVC
be, like-
getting charged here is going to go down. Oh, this is actually really awkward. No, it's actually totally fine. They are going to... Ooh! Shift barely, but they are going to get revenge on the Spirit Breaker. I thought he was out of it for a second. They are, uh-oh. Okay, well, that's not what you want to happen here. Slizzy gets tied up right in front of a Sentry Ward, and as predicted, If he gets found by the Windrunner, he's gonna die every single time. That's gonna put her on the top of the net worth chart, passing up him. At least, if nothing else, Faceless Void is in a pretty close third place. Though Medusa's not that far off herself.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
This Cold Embrace was so unusable and it wasn't even leveled. Okay, Slizzy walks in front of a sentry again. And predictable result.
TP in and die immediately, now you gotta walk back out.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can't think of anybody who's ever done that before. Like
He has,
3
like,
times
two
in
more-
one game.
2 more deaths, I think his game's pretty much looking over here. if
Yeah.
this Wind Ranger keeps getting fed like that. Looks like they're gonna bring in the axe, try to do something.
We've got a one-man ult. Okay. Here comes the Chronosphere. Axe is kind of stuck in here awkwardly. Yeah, this is kind of what I was talking about with this Axe and Faceless Void situation. Like, you can see how much these two heroes don't complement each other. Like, Axe just gets stuck in the Chronosphere, has nothing really to add when the chase is underway. Nyx Assassin is still going for the Windrunner here. Surely they have to be expecting this, so he just can't get her. Ooh! Oh my god! It was so close!
I don't think so.
A good body block attempt there as well by Pages, who I don't think Windrunner gets away. She's not kind of standing at a weird spot there for him to have to path around. Which, I mean, she'll now pay for it by dying a miserable death. Okay, yeah, there we go. She'll now pay for it by dying a miserable death, but you know how it goes. Slizzy figuring out exactly what 17% means. And then he just dies again! Oh my god. That is pretty sad. This Windrunner is looking, how should I say this? This Windrunner is looking untouchable already this game.
Yeah, she doesn't even have a javelin either. Normally, they just like rush at least a javelin.
Nope. And Medusa at this point has just been kind of free farming as well.
Radiant's bottom
You're seeing
tower
the
is under
downside
attack.
to double invis for Dire there. Like, they already had sentries down for Slizzy, so the Nyx just like walks right into vision, can't get the kill.
One, I think, X Factor thing that might have an impact on this particular game, right? Unlike usually I don't get involved in LD2 games. I'm just a casting man. That's all I am. I may be visible, says the Nyx Assassin. That's true. I mean, he might be. Pretty good Wyvern ult is gonna kind of well, no, the status quo has not really changed. We're still in a very awkward spot. That's a really good Disruptor ult. Unfortunately, the glimpse was not where Disruptor thought it was going to be. I kind of wouldn't expect it either. Everybody's sticking around this fight really low. Like, Axe is very brave trying to go for this and it does not pay off. Oh my god, every time Slizzy
Mikkel's
comes
been
out.
on point with these snipes right now.
Yeah,
I
this
think that's
is...
like the third one.
You've got a Medusa who's doing good and is not really countered enough. Countered to a decent degree. There's like, it's not unwinnable, but if she gets on top and she kind of is getting there, it's not great.
Dire's
Windrunner
bottom tower
is
under
1,000 gold ahead of the next person at 15 minutes. This is looking really hard for the PvC lineup.
Yeah, I mean, Black Otter almost has the same net worth as the Pause 3 for Dire. Like,
Yeah.
it's
And Hoodwink has more. Not the best scenario here. Going for Blink,
I think,
or Blackmail for Blink here. Which I understand, you got against Windrunner, but it's not gonna make his game any easier. Okay, where is this happening? Okay, there we go. Slizzy once again kind of caught an
Dire's middle tower
unwanted spot here, but they actually turned this all around. Windrunner willingly decides to put her ult on top of Axe and gets to take a bath in the Disruptor ult here for a minute. Okay. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, this is so awkward. Kill her. Oh my god. Okay, this super sucks.
There's that cold
Yeah.
embrace I was talking about. It's just so hard for like Clinks to, because in order to get the kill you have to commit so much.
Yeah.
And the save comes out and then you're just like in bad position. You don't have anything left.
Yeah, this hurts. I mean, there is one good thing, which is like, you know, Axe with the Blade Mail, he is going to very quickly. He's actually not winning it right now because he's pretty far behind. Once he gets the Blade Mail and starts getting some levels, it's going to be very soon that he starts winning the HP war. And you can turn a very successful Windrunner's damage around on her, but even if you do that, you do still have the Medusa to think about, and that's a big thing to think about. It's going to be rough. I don't think this game is 100% over, but it's looking quite unlikely for Team PvC unless the Roxy lineup does something very ill-advised.
Yeah, if I was Dire, or at least PvC right now, like I know they want to try to fight and defend their towers, but you also got to realize like your Axe needs to get this Blade Mail Blink in order to deal with this Wind Ranger.
Yeah, he's
so
basically not a hero.
I would have been telling my supports
Radiant's
like,
top tower
don't
is
even
under
defend.
attack.
Start making like stacks for me so I can get this. Like, they need to realize he needs the item right now. I know they just gave an ancient stack to Matt, but he needs stacks for PvC here as well to catch back up to get that item.
Which is unfortunate because I think a nice stack can easily backfire on you if you can't keep control of it, which just makes it harder. Like, if you have a stack in this game and then Medusa ends up walking to where it is, uh-oh. Okay, this is a good chrono though. But I mean... Okay, completely pointless for Vernal. I guess was very... That saved him! I did have a point, it saved Matt, that's not great! Uh-oh. There's kind of that anti-chemistry I was talking about there.
Yep. Yeah, that was definitely unnecessary. Like, he couldn't kill anybody in Chrono. As soon as you're out, you just have Wind Ranger kill him.
Windrunner is popsicled here. Kind of an awkward spot. Is going to get the Slizzy. She's dead! Whoa! Godlike streak goes to Godlike Matt. Very appropriate turnabout there. Spearbreaker wants them. Spearbreaker can't get him. Neither can Neeks the other way around though, so it's all good. Played his drums, got the hell out of town. It's a very big kill. I wonder how much money just changed hands. Holy crap. They got 2 kills, but the
It was
the
about
back still
14.
walked away.
Then Mickle gave up.
978 gold. Most of it went to Matt. It's a lot of money just changed hands. And PvC is suddenly looking in a much better position here. He already has his entire blade mail ready to go. Once his courier gets in. I don't know where it is right now. Oh no, he just called it because he needed a T2 item, I think. Oh, that's sad. Oh well, I mean, not like anything's gonna happen that needs that blade mail in like the next 5 seconds, I guess. You know, it's not the worst thing in the world.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Gonna buy it though, homie? You got? Never mind.
Maybe he's opting to just get the blink first. He's
I
only
don't.
like
I don't think he can do that this game. Like, it's great. You'll get the blink. You'll be able to go in, but they're more than willing to go in on you. And if you want to like do something to the Windrunner, you need the blade mail. And you need it now.
This Wind Ranger continues to get ahead even with that death. She's still 1200 ahead of the Dire carry. 2000 ahead of the Dire mid. But yeah, Axe is definitely getting back to where he needs to be. Both Radiant supports are well below him now, so
Yep.
it's good for him. And he did.
And
rushed
yeah,
the
he
thing.
went for the blink dagger. I don't know if I'm down with it. I don't know if I'm down with it. It will help you catch people easier. But you've got like the Clinks, you've got the Void, you got the Neeks, you got the Glimpse. I don't know how much that's like gonna help, and you do not have the strength to initiate on anybody with it right now, really. At the very least, he looks like he's going to very quickly get his blade mail, and once he gets his blade mail, that's going to be very obviously corrected.
Yeah, I think for Dire, Axe needs to lead. I think Matt needs to be a little more patient with his chrono. They need to get a kill off the Axe call, whether it be the Wyvern or Windranger, and then afterwards they should look to make a chrono.
So as he popped out of Inviv to kill this lane of creeps, he got 0 of those last hits, and now he's gonna get charged. Can we get an instant replay of that?
That is very misfortunate.
Alright, Blinker. Yeah, you definitely, yeah. You don't want that to happen. I don't think it matters. I think Slizzy's gonna die there in any case. But, youch. Not the greatest situation.
Oh, he also finished his boots before going blade mail, so he's a little further off now.
Oh jeez, yeah, no. No, I don't like it. Get your blade mail PVC, please, I beg. This is going to be the only game where you're going to hear me begging and pleading somebody to build blade mail. Usually, I hate this item. I mean, but it is Axe, so, you know, it's a little bit more understandable. But in this game, my god, man, please.
What's the next building at all?
Nothing. I mean, he's got a Dagon, but he's not really particularly close to it. Nor is he really appreciably farming.
I think Dagon's fine, though. I've been seeing a lot of Nixes still building the Meteor Hammers, and I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I mean, it's like totally fine. It's just he's not gonna get it unless he's, like, he personally gets a kill on Windrunner or something.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully Otter is near his Shadow Blade soon, too. It's a little off.
Yeah, not too close. He's gonna find Pohahoro here, and she's just gonna melt. Pohahoro pretty much still has starting items. This is great value disruptor right here. This is like when Black Otter played it.
Tier 2 items should be out, right?
Yep. And 5 on the Dire here.
It's like none of them. I can't even remember the damn item name.
Okay.
Yeah, item.
Well, that's so unfortunate. Void actually didn't want the Windrunner in that chrono, but Hoodwink got out at the last possible second. Okay, well now he's just gonna die. Uh-oh.
Yeah, this
step.
looking kind of over in my opinion. The Deuce has just had free farm basically all game.
Yeah.
And the chrono with an Axe is like anti-synergy. Nyx can't really do much either. And Klink's kind of had a rough game. Died 2-3 times mid there.
Yeah.
I just don't see it getting better. I think Radiant just gets the Tormentors, Roche builds their lead, and like it's just
could always get worse. Like that, Slizzy could just die again, and yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this ain't good.
Klink's is like a Spirit Breaker basically. It feels really good if you're far ahead, but when you're behind, like...
Yeah, all he does is just die. Klink's has one role at this point in this game, and that's just to hit Windrunner with the Rod of Atos and then die, and that's every fight for him.
I didn't even see that he went Atos. I mean, I get it. It's
He's
like
going for a
build,
click leap, yeah.
Yeah. It just feels bad because like I feel like especially with the support duo on Radiant, I think like Orchid or some shit would have been a lot better, or even like a Diffusal to kind of like
yeah, Diffy could have been pretty good this game. I think they just need the mana so badly. We didn't get a Diffy either. Yeah, I mean, these are all kind of awkward Diffy builders. It's not going to be the first item you think of on any of these guys, but having 0 Diffusal Blades on your cores against Medusa, not ideal. Not the best situation.
I think I remembered what that item was called. It's a Philosopher's Stone, right? One gives you
Yeah.
75 GM. Yeah.
And
It's,
somebody hasn't chosen their item here. The Nyx Assassin is not taking a T2.
It sucks that the Dire nobody got it there. That's like one of the most like broken items right now, in my opinion.
Well, 2 people haven't taken their tier 2 token on the Radiant, so.
Wonder if Otter got the choice to pick it and he just didn't. Because I feel like as a support, like you should be taking Philosopher's Stone if you get the option. That extra money is just so valued, especially since you're gonna be like fighting a lot of the time.
Mickle takes the Aegis here.
Almost BKB, well, yeah, BKB pretty much done.
Yeah, if you want to see the saddest comparison in the world, Windrunner is close to finishing her BKB, which came after Gleipnir. Clink's just finished his Gleipnir.
And I don't believe Axe has Blade Mail yet.
Oh, he better. He's calling it. Okay, good. Good.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, okay.
It'll
he's calling
help,
it.
but I still think it's too far. Like it'll help maybe kill the Wind Ranger, but now she has Aegis, and you still have a Deuce problem. So.
Yeah, 10 minutes ago that could have been game changing. 15 minutes ago it could have even been game changing. I don't think he was in a position to do that at 10, but now it feels a little too late. You might get some really cool kills if Windrunner really underestimates you, but it does not feel like you're getting anything done with it in any other condition.
Nah, especially now with Dusa joining fights, like you blink in, she ults, and then you just kind of have to run away. Like, it's past, he misses timing.
For a Blink Dagger that didn't even really see any use. He's gonna pop Blade Mail, go away. Pop Blade Mail, stay right here. Well, crap. You're certainly not gonna get any use out of Blade Mail if that happens to you. By the way, I didn't notice, well I did notice, I just didn't call it out until now. Did you notice that Reflesky has a sponsorship with Little Caesars? How'd he get that?
A gift from the tempest of battle.
I don't know. Maybe he just orders a lot of Little Caesars and
Yeah, it's not actually a sponsorship, he's getting his crazy bread or whatever that is. It's crazy bread at Little Caesars, right?
I think so. I don't even think I have Little Caesars near me, so I normally just
Yeah,
get,
probably do. They're everywhere.
Dire's bottom tower has
It's
fallen.
like
I used to have a Papa John's too, but they moved away sadly.
They moved away because of that interview the guy did. Yeah, I mean,
Oh yeah.
Dire's bottom tower
the Clinks is going for a very classical push strat, split push strat here. So getting something during this time at the very least. You know, Papa John's is like a Starbucks. It's like if there's not at least one Starbucks within a certain amount of space, one will just pop out of the earth. And the same goes for Little Caesars. It's like a Meepo thing, you know? They just get one more level and then just Little Caesars randomly pops up somewhere in the Midwest. It's nuts. Radiant gonna do the Dire Tormentor here. Absolutely no response to this. Absolutely no response really possible to this. Blackout are gonna get himself a nice, shiny, free shard here. Gonna get his weird this ability.
Really like what the Clinks is doing with the split push, but I feel like all Radiant has to do is literally just charge him and have a like, Wind Ranger TP back, kill him, and then.
I mean, honestly, why even look at this guy? All Radiant really needs to do is just pretend he doesn't exist and just go uphill. Though this is not the best uphill start. Winter's Curse is going to kill Axe, but it's not going to save the Aegis. Brilliantly timed Spike Carapace there. Oh my god. Oh my god. They double killed! Wow, that was really good! Well played's coming out here, and I do not blame them. It is going to be pretty difficult to get anything more than this done. Okay, they're actually going to catch DVD. Just a few stray shots go over the wall there. And Slizzy ends up with a big chunk of change. Axe and Disruptor go down. Axe is going to cry himself to sleep tonight because he didn't get any of that, basically. But holy Moses, 3K just changed hands right there. Mostly into Clinks and Void.
Could be worse.
That is really good.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they gave Aegis to Wind Ranger. I feel like they just give it to Dusa and let her sit high ground.
Yeah.
And I don't think she dies twice because they don't even have a defusal carrier. But
Yeah.
the Void now second in net worth, like that was a huge boost to him.
Yeah, that was really good.
I still think Radiant is in firm control right now.
Yeah,
but
they're still definitely on top. That's a really good way to start a turnaround if a turnaround is at this point possible.
Oh, for sure. I
And
think
it did,
they need to play-
It did kind of show,
think
like I
they
said, the
need to
cheeky
play-
kill.
Yeah. I think they need to play for next Roche, and if they don't get anything done with that next Roche, they have another bad team fight like that. I think it's basically 50-50 again then.
Yeah, they still have a 10K net worth lead even after that massive swing. And they still have Medusa. This game is definitely not, you know, happy days are not here again for the Dire. Not quite yet. That was just the first step, but it's looking possible again all of a sudden. Yeah, look at that. Gabe says a 23% win chance right now. I bet, like, 3 minutes ago that was 0. You know? Clinks just got his entire MKB off of that fight, which is actually going to help a lot.
Yeah, he definitely needs the damage to kill these supports.
And I think, notably, whoops. It's also going to let him shred the Windrunner if he gets to cast the first blow as well. And Neek's just also got a bunch of Dagon levels. So all of a sudden, Windrunner has kind of gone from completely invincible and completely untouchable to they now have 3 kind of good ways to kill her. Between the Axe Blade Mail, the Clink's damage output, and the Neek's Dagon, plus Mind Flay.
Yeah, I think Chrono just got infinitely more valuable, because now
Yeah.
Clinks can pump damage. Well, they both
And,
have it now.
Speaking of value off of Chrono, he's gotten both Diffie and MKB.
Yep.
Holy Moses, this is
Radiant's
looking
middle
so dead
tower is under
so
attack.
recently, but man.
I still think
Radiant's
the
fire
right
are
Winter's
fortified.
Wyvern Curse can easily turn the fight though for Radiant.
It's
just
so hard. It's like you've got a lot of expectations on the Winter's Curse, and like I said, it can be anti-chemistry very easily.
Yep. Yeah, a lot riding on this Wyvern's shoulders for these fights.
Lynx always seems to know when the Spirit Breaker is about to make contact with him. Okay, Axe has found the real hoodwink here. Unfortunately, Slizzy doesn't know this is in the game, so he gets to get shackled, and everybody gets to be sad.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
I don't think Dusa doesn't have Ags yet, right? I think he was just trying
No.
to build Daedalus.
Yep, just finished Daedalus, yep.
That feels really bad now though, because he went Butterfly, which is pretty much worthless with the MKBs coming out.
Yeah, 2 MKBs on the Dire here. Axe is going for Crimson Guard. He's relatively close to it. Yeah, that's not too bad. I mean, Windrunner does have the Javelin through the Javelin and the Enchanted Quiver here, but the Javelin doesn't proc literally every shot, and this literally, you know, once in a while. So, okay, Axe is gonna get shredded instead. Gets a little too ambitious there. Unhappy times are here again as the Radiant does a very good job in this fight of trying to splitting up the Dire. No 2 Dire heroes are really all that close to each other in that entire fight, and as a result they just got 3 consecutive picks off the Windrunner and had no possible recourse.
Yeah, Axe got a little too antsy there. He jumped the gun before
Yeah.
his teammate were around
And
him.
passive blade mail BTW.
I'm not a Dusa player, but don't all Deuces build Ags? Dusa?
I think all Deuces build Ags Deusa, but not this one. This one is building Ags on the next Roche. Simple.
Yeah, I probably would have skipped the Butterfly and got the Ags, but I mean,
going to be
still-
fine anyway.
Yeah, still. See,
Axe calls nobody.
this is really bad though. You have heroes diving. Deuce ult is about to run out.
Yeah, they are gonna casually knock out Disruptor, but they have the buyback on Disruptor. They really decide they want that. Okay, tick-tock, but they... Oh, Medusa took a step forward by accident and walked into it. Not like it's gonna matter. Yeah.
Return the favor.
Yeah, this time the Wyvern was outside the Chronos and could actually save the Windrunner there.
Yep. Triple kill on Medusa. We going home for real this time or what? Nobody's buying for this.
Dire's top
This
barracks
is not a lineup where you're gonna win if you're down racks.
Dire's top barracks has
I feel like if they were gonna buy, they would have did it. I
Yeah.
don't know if they're thinking towards game 2 or what's going, but I think it's pretty much over here. As long as Wyvern's not in Chrono, like, then she can ulti or save teammates. Like, there's just nothing Dire can do.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
That's why I like
Radiant's
this game.
middle tower is under attack.
I
Radiant's
didn't really
middle
like
tower
the pick,
has
but I
fallen.
can see how it's good because, like, you have to jump the Wind Ranger, but then you also kind of have to jump this Dusa, and you also have to, there's too many targets basically to jump.
So I mean, I do... Okay, goodbye everybody once again. I do gotta say, I think... I mean, one of the problems is, like... The Disruptor ults have been good, but it's been, like, impossible to capitalize on them. Or the Disruptor has just been going down so quickly in fights that it doesn't matter. You can very easily set up a scenario where Disruptor can, basically just kind of stonewall the winner over and kind of make her useless, but that just has not been happening. The Disruptor has just been too far gone here. They've been playing from way too far behind, which is the unfortunate matter. I guess the best way I could put it is like this. This shouldn't have been a good winner over a game, but I think the execution, some of the execution factor on the part of the Radiant kind of allowed it to be, if that makes sense. Or not the on the part of the Radiant, on the part of the Dire. They did kind of drop the ball a little on some of the itemization. But you had two kind of rough picks as the last pick, but this one sure as hell worked out way better than this one. This Void did not feel any good. Like, this Void had one cool chrono in the entire game, and that's it. That's like the only... Like, look at this. Didn't even get him! Did not even get the win over. GG. And we're going home. But at least PVC is going to make Spirit Breaker run up to him. Yeah, I don't know. There was something that I was kind of saying earlier on in this matchup, but I got distracted. I kind of fell off of it. One big thing that you have here, and this is going to sound like rigged stand-in, and maybe it is. You know, one key thing about Adam, I don't know how much Adam you've been around. Adam is a pretty quiet guy. Adam is not going to take a leadership role on a team pretty traditionally. And I stood in on this team, not really this version of it. There were 3 stand-ins, including me, right? So it was pretty different. But I can tell you, Adam, he don't say too much, buddy. He do not speak. Oh, that was very awkward, clicking that button. Mikkel speaks. And I think maybe that was a big factor in this game. Like, the Roxyroro team felt a lot more organized here. It felt like, you know, it felt like the Roxyroro team had a good game plan with their heroes. Even if their heroes did kind of come out to a mess, like I said, you had the Winter Wyvern, who is a lot more likely to be a liability this game than a help. But even if the parts were a little, misshapen, the jigsaw puzzle did still come together anyway. They kind of had a complete picture. It did not seem like the long-term planning was panning out for the PVC lineup in this game. It did not seem like they had a really good idea of exactly what anybody should be doing at a given time. Everybody was doing stuff. And when fights broke out, everybody was doing stuff. This is also an ugly jigsaw puzzle with pieces that don't quite fit together, but they weren't able to make a picture with those pieces. They just kind of made like a blob. A blob that didn't look like much, that looked like a bunch of things just kind of stacked on top of each other that did not add up to the whole picture, right? You got
Yeah,
pieces from different puzzles here.
Radiant's draft was just more well put together too. They have at least 3 stuns. Dire only had like 1 stun.
Well, Dyer has the Axe Call, Dyer has the Neek's Assassin stun, Dyer has the Faceless Void Bash, that's not reliable though. And you know you're going to get the you know you're going to get the Clinks Gleipnir relatively quickly, so I don't think it was a question of like the well, I mean, just to be frank, I don't think this really ended up being a question of the draft at all, honestly. I think these are two kind of bowling shoe ugly drafts, just to be blunt about it. Not a huge fan of either of them. But I think the Radiant lineup just came together so much better around what they had, and were able to play around the hero strengths, and it felt like the other team was not. And it felt like, in particular, one guy who is in a very unfortunate spot is the Slizzy in this game, who, you know, Slizzy is a Clink's expert. It is his most played hero, but in this game they're playing so well against it. They let it through and it actually worked out. Not that great. Let's see what happens next time.